So it's all kicked off a little bit. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley is happening on Sunday, and two things have happened. So first, at the presser, it all kicked off. One of Jake Paul's crew thought it was a good idea to start insulting T Wood's mum. T Wood's mum? Where are you going with that? T Wood's mum is one of the most respected people in MMA. He's officially become MMA versus Jake Paul if it wasn't before. How are we disrespecting people's mums? Let alone T Wood's mum. T Wood's mum is a legend. Behave yourself, man. And then secondly, and probably more importantly, the guys have done a sit down with Ariel Helwani, during which Tyron Woodley has smashed Jake Paul verbally. He's called him a culture vulture. He said that he's a combat sports vulture. He's questioned why he's wearing all those chains. Are you about that life? How many rap videos have you watched? It's gonna be at peak still. I'm gonna try and watch it and dissect it real time. Let's go.
Cool, but nah, when we all go, we all go.
So you have now faced off with him a few times, but prior to this was around a month and a half or so ago when this was all announced. Different circumstances now, we're 3 days away. Any difference?
Same. He's scared. He's doing everything that he think he's supposed to do. He's saying the stuff like he wearing all the jewelry like he's seeing in the rap videos, you know. He'll screaming like he's seeing all the MMA guys. You vulture. You're a vulture of culture and you're a vulture of combat sports. And now you want to go and give one GoFundMe and give Dustin Poirier a necklace, and now you the ambassador of MMA and their fighter pay. You ain't gonna change. You know how.
This is Pete. Let me just finish it off and then we'll dive.
You know how it is to change it. You going to bring it up. Everybody can already look and see what's going on. The real change happens when people unify. And our sport is divided. We're taught to divide. We're press conference to divide. We divide on Twitter and we talk down on each other just to even get a fight. That's the way you get a fight. So now we're supposed to hold hands and kumbaya, my lord, and come together in unity. He ain't helping out the sport. He helping himself out.
All right, let's go T Wood. Jeez. Firstly, the culture vulture. How can you argue with that, man? He does feel like he's culture vulturing just a tad, but then if he's talking about the chains and hip hop being very mainstream as it is in 2021, then who's not a culture vulture? The culture has become mainstream. It has been mainstream since, I want to say, like 2010. So if somebody wants to miss the T up and put all the chains around their neck, then I don't know, T Wood, I'm not sure that you own that to say who can and who can't put the Mr. T chains on. As far as the rest of the stuff, you know what, he's a young boy and he's doing himself. I feel like I defended him. He's a douchebag, isn't he, Jake Paul? Throughout the interview that they gave, or the face-off that they did with Ariel Helwani, it comes across, we'll get onto that in a second, T Wood owned him, just shut the geezer up completely. To the second point about fighter pay, so here's where I think there's a bit of a glaring contradiction. T Wood is using Jake Paul to potentially get his highest payday to date, and that's with all the championship fights that he had at the UFC. So what are we talking about here, man? T Wood, surely you are a beneficiary right now of all his 20 million subscribers on YouTube, his countless followers, the 6 billion views on YouTube. You're going to get paid off of that. So whilst I agree with you, he's a combat sports vulture. Since you're getting paid off that, are you not complicit in that too, T Wood? Open question.
He's trying to beat a heel, then get patted on the back. He's trying to say Tyron's a UFC champion, he's a veteran, you know, to put a back pocket excuse in there to hedge his bet. But then, no, I don't respect him. I don't think that. Which one is it? 2 minutes ago, you said one other thing. So I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
So it does feel.
He would look like he's got his game face on, hasn't he? The old Ronda Rousey, looking through the tops of your eyes and that. I hope he knocks out Jake Paul. Let me just say, full disclaimer.
To me, that this event, and I asked Jake the same question, but I'm like, you look around, you see a lot of the media here. It's all MMA media, right? It feels like the MMA media is covering this boxing match more seriously and more respect than the boxing media. Yeah. And maybe it's because he's fighting a former UFC champion. Maybe it's because MMA is kind of used to this sort of thing. Why do you think that is? And do you agree?
You know, I didn't really notice because this is new to me as well. I don't know the boxing reporters, but I look out, I see all the, you know, the MMA reporters, so I know them.
Are we insinuating for a second that T Wood is the A side here? Because I'm not sure that's true, especially when we take into consideration that 50% of T Wood's paycheck will be driven by pay-per-view buys, and the bulk of those, I would guess anywhere between 75%, 80% of those by Jake Paul subscribers, surely.
I don't know exactly why, but like Jake, like he can play games all he wants. He was a fan of mine, you know, him and his brother Logan. You know what I mean? They probably played me on a video game. That's how I met Logan. You know know me a long time ago. Oh, I'm a fan of yours. I watch your fights. Cool. Whatever. So don't act like you don't know me, dog.
Let's have a cheeky look at the face-off, chaired ironically by Ariel Helwani. It's got nothing to do with the morning combat guys, Luke and Brian Campbell. They must have been pissed. Let's have a look at it.
You to talk.
Just sort of.
What you're doing is, what are you wearing? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
like
you got on
washed
5
up.
necklaces. You ain't Nipsey Hussle.
It's like
how many people
You're that Nipsey also. Great line from
in your neighborhood dress like that?
You
How
act
many
like you're
people in
from
your
the
neighborhood
streets.
dress like that?
You act like you're from the streets.
I'm from Ferguson, Missouri, the
Really?
murder capital of the world.
Really?
What are you talking
Tyrone
about?
Woodley, the
Where are
softest
you
thing
from?
from Missouri.
Where are you from?
Tyrone Woodley, the softest
How many
thing
people in
from
your neighborhood
Missouri.
dress like that? Tell
You're
me.
so tough.
How many people were bust down
Let me ask
Cuban
you a
links?
question.
See, unfortunately for Jake, this isn't something that you can win, right? You don't come from the hood, come from Ohio, mate.
Since you're
Answer
so
my
gangster,
question.
Since you're so
I'm
gangster,
from Ferguson. I answer. How many people in your neighborhood dress like you? How many rap videos have you watched? Exactly.
How many?
Jake, man. You got 20 million subs, big man. You should be better than that. You should have prepped. Surely you should have had the thing scripted. Your first monologue was good, but then you didn't have any backup material. You should have had a word, mate. That's not good enough still. This is a very deep, dark road that you probably shouldn't go down if you're looking to win a verbal battle. Tyron's got you on this one, mate.
Culture. That's what I am. I lived it. They're rapping about my lifestyle. You a fucking joke. And you trying to vulture from it.
Since you're
Come
Trying to vulture from T Wood.
Sunday, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get hit with a whole bunch of culture, and your whole jawline gonna shift. That long jawline, probably from PEDs.
Since
That's a big accusation. And you know what? I didn't like the way that Jake responded to this. It made me think that maybe he's taken a couple peds.
you're
'Cause
so
you froze.
gangster, since you're so gangster,
I don't have to be gangster,
how come
G.
you didn't do shit yesterday?
I don't have to be gangster.
When
I don't
people
have to
were
be
insulting
gangster.
your mom.
I don't have to be gangster. You should check your dogs on that on the same token.
Well, Ferguson
Women's
sounds like-
Appreciation Day, but you allow your teammates.
Ferguson
in your corner
sounds
men to
like a
disrespect
pretty
somebody's
gangster
mom.
place. What do you
Miss
say?
Paul would never.
This is a 10-8 to T Wood at the moment, man. He's killing the young or poor brother here. He's just pointing out glaring contradiction, but still, I wanted to keep it in mind. The contradiction isn't lost on me that T Wood's picking all these holes, but for all this stuff, T Wood wouldn't be getting the biggest payday of his life. Just bear that in mind when you're watching this.
I'm from Ferguson,
Hey,
cuz.
Miss Paul would never hear a word out of my mouth. If my cornermen, my guys, my
Missouri?
coaches ever made mention to anything to your mom, I would have checked their ass on the spot.
So T was talking about there's a code still, even though he's about that life and he's from the hood and he's lived the street life. There is still a code, and because Jake Paul's not from that life, he doesn't get it. You can't go around insulting people's moms or having your team insulting people's moms without repercussions. People have lost their lives for much less than that still.
Here's the thing.
That's the difference
But
between me and you. I'm
keep
solid,
on
you
saying,
not.
You keep on saying
you like
you're gonna do a
diarrhea,
bunch
dog.
of
You
stuff.
real loose.
You
You real loose.
keep on saying you're gonna
You-
do all this stuff, but you never
You
did
corny,
any.
dog. You corny. You a lame.
Why are you so mad?
I'm not. I'm
You're all bent up.
I'm just telling you the truth. Nobody back there is selling it to you. They
Well,
walking around
truth-
dancing and shit like a video. You corny, dog.
The truth
And
is,
you a whole corny, lame goofball.
truth is,
He's per the title. Jake's got not a leg to stand on, has he? He's flapping.
And your niggas won't even tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
truth
I'm
is-
helping you out. Clear your circle out. Get some real ones around you. You see those dudes right over there?
you don't even have a team.
Let me do something crazy and watch what
You
them
don't
do.
even
They
have
gonna
a
pull
team.
me to the side and they gonna check me.
Well, you had the opportunity to do something yesterday, and you didn't.
Yeah, I
do
I didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah,
I
because-
bet you it won't happen again.
shit. If you're a rapper, can I hear you freestyle?
Are you not in the driver's seat?
In and out of love, in and out of love. It's a good comeback, man, but it's lost. You're a day late and $1 short with that one, Jake.
My dog, you can't
I'm
hear
just
shit. You
asking
can
a
go
question.
download my song. Get on your phone, download it. Open up your phone right now. Open up your phone right now and go to YouTube and look up Go Big and put it on the table and let's play it.
So again, contradiction on T Wood. Love T Wood to bits, man. One of my favourite fighters of all time. But the hypocrisy is not lost on me. You are trying to eat off what's going on here. That single that you're trying to release, T Wood, and get views to, you're kind of doing the reverse culture vulture thing, right? You're trying to leverage his following so that you get paid, weaponizing it for your monetary gain. Love you, T Wood, but reverse culture vulture?
I'd rather not.
Today, your pom pom.
I have a venture capital fund that we
and designing
we
your
invest tens
outfits.
of millions of dollars.
Designing your outfits.
I do business
Last time
every
that came out,
You've got a venture capital fund, Jake. So see, Jake's just completely backed out. Initially, he was going to go down down this deep dark hole and try and one up T Wood as to how road and how hood and how street is. At this point now, he's realised, you know what, let me back out from that, man. Let me just play. I'm gonna play the cards that I've been dealt. Venture capital fund, yeah. Jeez.
Beyonce, the Killer Bees. This time I don't know what they're gonna do. Look like fucking
Let me
pumpkins.
ask you about fighter pay, because you.
The way I see him, like he got a big booty. Like
What happened to the fighter pay piece? So I think the fighter pay piece is interesting, and that's where T Wood is aiding and abetting a culture vulture here, because he's gonna get paid off of it. So that's where I don't know. How can you, to Dave Chappelle's point, right? You were in on the heist, but you just didn't like your cut. That's what T Wood's going on with here. You are getting paid off of the back of a culture vulture. So now to come up here and in the name of promoting a fight, I don't know, man. The hypocrisy isn't lost on me.
that's part of the reason I wanted to fight him. He's thick. Like he's super thick. I wanted to grip them cheeks low key when I first saw them.
Oh, see?
Yeah, pause. I really hope T Wood gets this done. I hope that I just want it to be short, swift. I'd be punchy. I hope he knocks him out in the first round, I'll be honest. But this is problematic. So is Jake Paul a culture vulture? He's probably behaving a little bit like one here with all the chains. He's being antagonistic. But this dude, listen, his brother went to Japan and started taking a piss out of Japanese people that commit suicide. Nothing is out of the realms of trollery for the Pauls. So I suppose T Wood's done the right thing, right, to use it as a weapon in this verbal battle. He is a culture vulture. Maybe he's a combat sports vulture. Maybe he's not in it for the long term. I'll be interested to see. The proof will be in the pudding. Let's see what happens after this fight, whether Jake Paul is actually trying to put together a fighters union and he's actually looking to do something for fighters paying more than just T Wood. Let's have a word with Luke. Let's have a word with Frankie Edgar. Let's have a word with some of these fighters that aren't the S tier fighters, not your Conor McGregors. I want to go beneath the surface. Let's talk to Bobby Green and see how much he's eating on the back of these, because that's the litmus test. There will be people after Tyron. There'll be Conor maybe and Jorge Masvidal. Those aren't the people that we call into question here. Fighter pay is not a monolith. The champions aren't a good example. It's the bods beneath them, the Bobby Greens, etc. Those are the dudes that need a hike in fighter pay desperately. Jared Cannonier, Misha Tate, these guys are talking to it, man. So let's see what Jake Paul can do for that. If he can put together a fighters union, round of applause, standing ovation. If not though, if he's not committing to the cause for the longer term, then maybe T Wood's right. That's been another video. Let us know what you think in the comments. Contentious point this is. Is he a culture vulture? Is he a combat sports vulture, Jake Paul? It's a tough one, eh? Also, predictions for the fight. Who's going to win? Tyron Woodley early knockout, or is Jake Paul going to outpoint him? Let us know in the comments still. Again, I've been Cameron. That's been another video. I'll catch you on the other side. As always, until the next episode. Peace.